Back in the 70s, board games and improv theater had a baby, and it was called the role-playing game. These games allowed a generation of kids to live out their dreams of slaying dragons and saving kingdoms, all while sitting in their bedrooms and basements. Today, gaming has moved into the cultural mainstream, and role-playing games are back with a vengeance. Join us now as 5 of these former kids come out of the basement and onto the internet to experience adventure, mystery, and obscure pop culture references. It's time for Roll for Combat!
Hey everyone, welcome to Roll for Combat. I'm your GM and host, Stephen Glicker, and in this week's show, the boys have, run out of base to explore, so they decide to go on a shopping spree, and they decide to upgrade the Sunrise Maiden. That's right, a lot of people have been asking for this, so we decided to record it and show you what it's like to make/upgrade a starship in Starfinder. We go through the whole process from beginning to end. Hopefully you guys find this interesting. Do listen. So basically, for those of you who are interested, this is how it works. The first part of the adventure, they sort of wrap up the base, go through everything they're going to be doing, and it's sort of storytelling. And then the second part, we go through in detail how to take a ship and upgrade it from a tier 1 to a tier 6 starship. Now, there's a lot of technical details in this, and those of you who are not really interested in Starfinder might find this kind of boring. So I'm just telling you right now, although I know a lot of people have been asking me for this, like quite a bit. I was kind of stunned how many people. So I decided to put it in and show you what it's like. Now, one thing is that we actually use a program to do this because it's actually fairly complex. The program I use, you can find at jamesturneronline.net. And yeah, he has this fantastic starship builder. It actually has everything built in. You can even copy and paste out the JSON so you can save your starship. It does all the math. It's great. And this also was great because we need to have 5 people build the starship together, and they were all in different parts of the country. So this way we're all able to build it at the same time and figure out what's in there. Unfortunately, it doesn't have all the expansion stuff in there. It only has the core rules, but it's still pretty great, and it gives you an idea because building a starship is really complex. And anyhow, we're going to go through it. You'll hear the whole discussion, what the pluses and minuses are, and how to actually build a ship. And in this case, they already had a Sunrise Maiden, which was tier 1, and in this case it's going up to tier 6. But for all intents and purposes, they're building a brand new tier 6 ship because I didn't make them keep anything from the original tier 1 ship. Oh, and one more thing, as for the PC GM tip, I'm going to talk a bit about, kind of this dungeon. What do you do when your PCs enter a dungeon that's already been looted? How do you handle that? So I'm going to talk about that from a general point of view, as well as how it applied to these guys in this dungeon, because that's kind of what happened. With that, sit back and enjoy the show.
Do we continue the search in this room?
Chris Beamer is playing the Lashunta operative, Hirogi.
Yeah, you can continue to search, and there was a dresser in the northwest corner that is locked.
All right, I say I need to take a little rest here while someone else can deal with that. So I take a 10-minute rest.
I'm gonna check that for traps really quick.
Jason McDonald is playing the Asoki mechanic, Tuttle Blacktail, and his drone, Cheddar.
Sure. I'm going to use a resolve to get my stamina.
Oh yeah, I should take a 10-minute rest too.
You get all your
for
stamina
Cheddar,
back
if for nothing
resolve left. Oh yeah.
While they rest, while they're going to rest, I'm gonna look at this room, at least so we can see what's going on up there.
John Statz is playing the Vesk soldier, Mo Dupinsky.
You guys are resting. This is going to be
not me.
fat.
I'll search. I will thoroughly search this room I'm in.
Bob Marquis is playing the human envoy, Rusty Carter.
You search the rest of the room, and obviously there was a little bed and stuff under this bed. Little bed under the bed. And this was definitely the home of the pet Veilist that you violently killed. You killed someone's pet. How dare you? How dare you?
Good.
In fact,
I can live with it.
you look at the pet Veilist, and it has a collar and a little tag on it.
Is its name Fluffy?
No, it says in Abyssal Rusty.
Really?
No, not
Yes.
Rusty. No.
You killed your namesake.
Rusty, I suggest you wear that for your outfit.
Says Lobo.
That's perfect for your.
As part of my disguise. That's,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
great. I'm gonna actually put a little marker on my cultist disguise, which so far has never come in handy.
You search the room. The only thing that appears to be worthwhile is that locked dresser. Looks like it can be opened by breaking or perhaps engineering to undo the lock.
What room are you reading? What description?
The room that Hirogi and Tuttle are in.
So after we rest, I will assist Tuttle in his engineering to open it. And then I give him a +2 automatically.
All right, I was going to assist as well, but 28.
Sorry.
That's fine. I didn't say it out loud.
You easily open it. Inside, you find a pair of injection gloves, 2 doses of something, and that's it.
That's so weird. Injection gloves. It sounds odd.
You need to identify the stuff.
With a mysticism?
You know what? I don't know.
Guessing it's some kind of poison or something nasty. Physical science?
I say physical science, sure. 24, Hiroji, you know what this is?
I do.
This is Insanity Mist.
Hmm.
You know what Insanity Mist is?
No idea.
None whatsoever.
That's the same stuff that affected you guys on the door,
Ah, yeah, that.
I think. Hold on, let me look it up.
It's like what the Scarecrow used in Batman.
Insanity Mist, that's correct. Do you know how much Insanity Mist is worth?
100 credits.
4,000 credits per dose.
Oh my god.
Wow. How many doses?
2.
But we can't sell it though, right?
What do you mean we can't sell it?
Sure you can.
We'd only get 10%.
Actually, yeah. Well,
You
we'll
get
see.
two
It's
of
not a
those.
weapon.
It's 800 credits you would get back.
Yeah.
Where you can keep them.
I say we keep them. Jerry rig a
What
grenade
does it
to
do
'em.
exactly?
Insanity Mist, let me look it up.
Injector gloves. I'm not sure what kind of weapon that is, but
It's there's a hypodermic needle in one of the fingers. It started out as a medical device, but you can introduce a dose of poison or something like that. So
who can use it? Anyone?
anyone who doesn't have, they have to use poisons. They have to. I mean, it's someone who doesn't have any.
Oh, Insanity Mist is horrible. Yeah, it will kill you. It can kill you in 6 rounds. It's a poison inhaled. It's a save Fortitude DC 15. It's on the Wisdom track, and you have to do 1 save per round for 6 rounds. However, if you save, you are no longer affected.
But what does it do while you're under the effects of it?
Yeah. So unless somebody knows poisons, those gloves are not a weapon.
It just goes down the Wisdom poison track, which is healthy, weakened, impaired, confused, comatose, dead. So the first time if you
gotcha.
inject someone with it and they fail their save, they're actually weakened. The very next round, if they failed again, they go impaired, then confused, and comatose, and dead. So it can kill you quick if you don't. That's why it's like worth so much. So it's actually different than the mist that hits you. Even though it's similar.
Is it called mist or is it some other? Because it seems like you want to inject the
Insanity
mist.
It's mist, but it's actually a dose that weaponized insanity mist that can be used in weapons with the injection special property. That is what it is.
All right, well, let's store that for now.
That is all you find.
What's about this storeroom that I'm next to?
The storeroom is got lots and lots of stuffs in there. There's 3 largely empty rows of shelves line the northeastern side of the wide room. Here and there, a drooping suit of armor hangs from its rack, suggesting that this room once provided storage of a more martial bent. You look here and see that there are quite a few shelves of armor.
Any threats in the room?
No.
That's a good thing. Okay, you guys had a locked dresser drawer or something like that. Did you go through that?
Yes, unlocked now. That was what
That
the
was the
injector.
Is
injector
that where the
gloves.
injections were? Okay, I missed that.
Before we do that, we didn't search this room that you're standing in.
That's correct.
Let's search this room.
Yeah.
The last room you search. And
Ooh, Mo rolls at 23.
Mo finds something inside the pile of discarded dirty clothes on the floor.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite thing.
You find a thin white plastic card.
Crap.
Okay.
This is garbage, guys. There's nothing in here. He throws
Let me
it
take a look at that.
He throws it on the ground behind him and starts looking for weapons.
Let me take a look at that.
You just find dirty underwear.
Is that an engineering kind of thing?
Sure.
I assist Dr. Tuttle.
You know what?
I know what this is.
Whoa, 32.
Whoa, yeah, you know what that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a security card that was probably helpful to break into one of the several computers you already broke into.
In the first room. Makes sense, too, actually.
Yeah, it's actually a free meal at something with the punch card thing.
That would be Skyline
Yeah.
Chili.
Well, you have to actually buy 9 meals on the 10th time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's 9 little holes in it.
Chili on top of spaghetti. Who thought that would be so delicious?
No one.
Skyline Chili does.
Skyline Chili does.
I
knew
never
the answer
said
to
it was
that.
delicious. They thought it was delicious. Truth be told, it is not.
It
It
is.
is
I don't believe it.
amazingly mediocre food.
It is,
Anyway.
in fact, edible.
So I'm gonna go into the room and search the room.
Okay. Go into the room. Give me a perception check.
I'm going in there, too.
16.
It's a room. There's several suits of armor.
30.
Okay. You find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 suits of armor. All of them broken. Mr. Hirogi finds a secret hidden panel.
Whoa.
And I look around to see if Rusty's watching me. He isn't.
Hold on.
What do I
Perception
find?
check.
Oh, you're far away. You're in the other room.
Yeah, you're in the other room.
Yeah, but I got a 22. I might be able to notice you anyway.
No.
No, because it's actually all the way.
No, he should.
No, I
It's
came
right
in
there.
afterwards. I'm
It's
willing
right
to go with
there.
that.
It's next to Mo, though.
What is it?
It's a panel. Appears to be locked.
All right. Is this another engineering type thing?
Yes, it is.
Looks like a strength.
I will
check,
assist Tuttle.
Nope. You don't need to assist Tuttle. I got this.
It's all right. I'm just assisting Tuttle there.
16 does not do it.
All right. You better assist Tuttle. Does the white card open it?
You wave it in front, nothing happens.
Okay.
There
Damn.
we go.
Hopefully.
29.
Mr. Tuttle walks right up to it and presses a button and it opens right away. Inside is a sparkling suit, completely decked out in skulls, fangs, and other strange devourer symbols. However, it appears to be a suit of heavy armor.
Ooh.
Nice.
Go get it.
Dude, you can look badass. What is that kind of?
Well, we got.
Oh, it depends on what it is.
What is it? Yeah.
You look at it, you know what this is. It's Golem Forged Plating 3 armor with jump jets installed, not broken.
Oh my gosh! All right, that's level 7. Level
I'm
7.
officially envious.
That is
AC.
a plus 10 and a plus 12 to your armors.
Yeah. Magnus of. Oh gosh, it doesn't hurt my defense bonus for armor check penalty. Oh, it's only -2. Speed adjustment only -5, and it has 2 upgrade slots.
One which is filled with a jump jet already.
Oh, this
Wow.
is awesome stuff. Okay, I'm doing the strip. it might be a little ripe in this room.
Don't worry about the curse.
We're gonna all look like cultists.
Oh,
Yes, by the end of this, we are.
Is it? Does it look cultist?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's totally covered.
Oh,
in
that's even
They're
cooler.
decked out in skulls and chains.
I said that. It's covered with skulls, fangs, and other strange devourers.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I am getting into berserker
They
mode
may look at you a
here.
little weird in Absalon Station, but
Well, I can just say
Yeah, you might want to keep some station wear for when we get back to town.
berserker.
In addition, you notice
Armor.
around the area, you find a D-suit level 1 broken, another D-suit level 1 broken, an S-Tech suit level 2 broken, another S-Tech suit level 2 broken, a Kasatha microcord level 2 suit broken, a Kasatha microcord level 2 suit broken as well, a Yosoki refractor suit. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yosoki refractor suit is quite good.
what level is that?
Level 6. Plus 7,
Really?
plus 7.
Huh.
What is it?
Okay,
Is it broken?
The
Broken.
Broken.
let's see, create this room. Energy reflected foil. Light armor is undeniably noticeable.
Oh, that's the first thing I saw as well. It's undeniably noticeable.
So all these armors are level 5 and level 6. They're all broken. So you'd have to repair them all. But they're all... The D-suit alone is excellent.
Not the
Everything-
power armor.
Oh, that's right. The power armor. It's not power armor, but yeah, now you got some
Or heavy armor.
sweet armor.
No, it's good. We got a lot of armor options here.
Oh, I'm never ever buying equipment ever again.
All right, I'm searching the commodes.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll assume
Last
they're
encounter.
commodes.
There we go.
Yeah, let's
Nope,
go.
last encounter. That's where the last robot is. One
I
of
got the
these.
middle.
I got the
Oh,
left.
guys, look at you guys. You're all like 1, 2, 3, flush. And you try to blow up the pipes and it doesn't work.
Probably should
Um,
throw a grenade down there.
You throw a grenade. Which one?
I have a Mark 1 frag grenade. Why not?
Oh, that is so nasty. Oh, well, I'm not going to be around there. I don't want it on my nice armor. That stinks.
Your nice armor that's covered in devourer crap.
Yeah,
By the way,
but
all
it's better
the
than the
armor is.
stink of a commode.
All of the
Your armor is covered in the last thing they sacrificed to their evil god.
Well, that's better than the stink of the commode.
All right, so I'm guessing nothing in these things, right?
No, there's nothing in those things except chemical toilet stench. The rest
How
of
can they
room's
not
empty.
put something in the commode?
That's only something Seth does.
Okay, so information and lessons that we've gotten out of this. Let's actually review. We've determined this cult worships an ancient elven soothsayer named Yara. We know that this base was attacked by a group of Eoxian rebels, the Corpse Corps, and everyone here is dead, and the robots were destroyed, which implies that the Corpse Corps actually won the fight. So they would have taken away anything useful here, right? Including, for instance, information about this weapon of stars.
So it might have been that the corpse fleet was maybe a small extraction team that lost, but the cultists decided to get out of Dodge to follow the prophecy anyways.
Possibly.
I'm going to give you one thing that you do know just to modify what you found out. The only fighting that you saw in here was one of the Violisks was killed. 3 of the security robots were killed.
Yeah.
And that's it. There was no
and the
signs of...
security system at the front killed
There's a traitor.
killed an Eoxian.
True.
Corpse Corps.
Yeah, I
The
forgot
laser
about that. That's right. So
Oh wait, there's no bodies though.
there's
At
no
least
right.
one
that was-
body, which was the
Right.
laser trap.
Right, and that was the only reason it was there is because it was turned into pulp. There is no other evidence of any other creatures that were killed in this this area in the last couple weeks.
So either these were hostage. Someone took these guys out of their armor and made them hostages, or they turned into these things and went berserk.
Well, I don't know about that. Or they abandoned the space, is the idea. one possibility for figuring out where they went to is, well, maybe there is a witness to their abandoning the space, which might be the corpse corps.
Well, we have actually the key card, don't we? Like that security card might get us into a computer that we haven't. Did we pass up any computers?
One
No.
big one we still want to maybe give another try.
Yeah, there was the one
far
computer
west.
we couldn't do because
Yeah.
I was confused at the time or something.
Yeah, we have
Well,
the
we have the
card now.
card key now. Yeah.
No, that was the computer in the front that you disabled the traps, and after.
Oh right, we
you
just
were
waited
confused.
2 hours and waited for
Right.
it to be okay.
Yes.
No, I mean
The-
the one to the
the
far
big-
west that was actually physically.
I think that
damaged.
was
That one
damaged.
you got all the data from.
All right.
You know that you've gotten all the data from all the computers in this area, and that you've searched thoroughly every room in this area.
We should leave.
Okay, so we can head back to Absalom and turn in all information to, our Eoxian masters, or we can ask around pirates in this area and see if there's actually been signs of the corpse corps, because that is our next breadcrumb. Is that they
Yeah, we
were
kind of
here.
lost their trail a little bit here.
But the corpse corps may have actually known where they went. They're a clue. Is all I'm going to take out of that.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's go. Let's bug out.
So I guess we take all the loots, right? And then I'm going to take another trophy of the head of a robot as well,
Of course.
as well as the Velosk.
That's a heavy trophy.
Yeah, well, so is all these like 10 suits of armor and stuff. It's a lot of heavy stuff.
Yeah, well,
One
it's
third
low
gravity.
gravity. Oh,
That's right. You're lucky that's low gravity.
oh.
Hey, here we go. Woohoo! Just throwing it, bouncing it across the surface.
we're ants. We're what? Fleas? Fleas carry like their.
We should have a like some kind of cart that's an electric that can follow us, and we just load it up with gear.
Well,
like,
that's
I'm
cheddar.
gonna craft that.
What are you
It's called
talking about?
cheddar.
That's cheddar.
Yeah, it is. We have one of those. Yeah.
Cheddar can't hold as much. Like something that's actual function.
You
is
want a
that.
hitch on him. That's what you want.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah. Cheddar is 18.
Like a U-Haul. You can
There's
hold
a
it.
mod for a cargo rack so that he can carry more stuff.
I like that mod.
It's kind of like the equivalent of ant haul, where he can haul more than his strength.
I like it. All right, can we
Where
make
we
it back
go?
to the ship, or did we lose our ship?
When we get back to our ship, can I see if we can contact our friends, the pirates that we bonded with on the way in?
Yes.
Send them a message and say, hey, have you seen any Eoxian rebels anywhere around? We actually want to return something to them.
Okay. You exit this area. You trudge along the asteroid. You go back to your wonderful ship. And now what? It's also very late in the day. That was a full day of work.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I was saying.
Yeah.
My plan was contact our friends.
You mean your friend?
My friend, yes.
Okay.
We're very close.
Are you calling her?
Giving her a call, because let's be honest, she's a local contact. I don't want to sound, a little like clingy or anything, but we need some info.
She you ring her. Well, it takes a little while, but she gets through. She picks up and she's like, "Oh, hey, Smoky Eyes, what's up?"
Look, babe, you're stifling me. We're looking to see if you happen to know anything about some Eoxian rebels. We actually ran across some of their property, and we'd love to return it to them. And that's not a euphemism. Actually, that's the point.
Eoxian rebels? What are you guys talking about? Why would you want to return something to Eoxians?
Oh, the Corpse Squad. What are they called? I can't
The
remember.
corpse.
The Corpse Fleet.
Corpse core.
Corpse Corps.
Why would you want to return something to them? They hate all life. They'd kill you on sight. We avoid them whenever possible.
Well, yeah, you understand how things are in the real world. You deal with who you need to deal with. This is how you get by.
True. Although, you do know there's no breathable atmosphere in any of their ships. However, yes, we did see a couple of those bone ships. If you remember, they're the ones that caused all that damage.
They attacked us once too.
Yeah, they weren't very friendly. I was wondering, though, if you know any that might have been nearby here about 1 week ago.
As I said, I don't know much about Eox or the Corpse Fleet or why they were even interested in the Field of the Lost. However, yes, those bone ships are consistent with those that we saw, recently in this area near this base here.
Any chance you saw a direction they may have headed off to, or know anyone who might have known?
Yes. They were going towards the drift beacon. That is one thing I did notice. That's when they ambushed us, is when they were leaving.
Well, in that case, we're going to have some words with them after we engage in some business. I understand that. That's fine.
Yes, but honey, they're long gone. They could be anywhere at this point.
You wouldn't happen to have sort of a ship signature for them, in case we happen to run across them again?
No. These are bone ships. They do everything in their power to be undetectable. So that would be like trying to say, find me a stealth ship.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Hey, if I'm ever in the area again, we'll have to get coffee or something.
Oh, don't worry, I'll find you.
All righty.
Is it too late to how far are we from Absalom?
I'd have to look again. I forgot. It's it's using the drift engine. So
No,
it's
I think on our
couple of
last
days.
random number, we actually got it in one day, but
Yeah, it could be.
I
a
thought we
couple
were
of
pretty
days.
close.
Yeah, it's a couple of days. Nothing is. It's sort of like distance is. By the way, so this is fascinating. Distance doesn't mean anything in Starfinder. Do you know how in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 it was the number of jumps to get somewhere? If you
Yeah.
remember
Uh-huh.
that? It's the
Yeah.
exact same thing in Starfinder. It's the number of jump beacons it takes to get somewhere.
Well,
All right. I'm going to do 50 jumps all at once.
Well, that's not advisable. So, yeah, I mean, I would say you can call your contact. You can go back to Absalon.
she wasn't the contact?
No, Chessex.
I think we should call Chessex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I thought
Don't we
that's
have to
thought-
re-outfit our ship at some point?
No.
Yes, you can bring it back to Absalon and re-outfit it. That is correct.
Well, let's call Chessex. That's let our fingers do the walking first. I mean, he might say, "Get that computer on the thing by any means necessary," or something like that. Rather than, do you guys not agree? Or
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, sure.
that's a good start. Or maybe he knows how to get a hold of the corpse fleet or something.
We called up Chessex and submit a report.
yeah, honestly, it's been so long. I cannot even imagine remembering what the original mission out here was. I have no idea.
The
We
original
were tracking the signal from Castrovel.
From this asteroid?
The signal
Yeah,
from
its signal was
Castrovel came
to-
to this asteroid.
Right.
Oh man, the signal. So someone on that planet sent it to this asteroid.
Yeah, the big bad guy, Tahoe Man. Tahoe Man
Yeah.
sent a signal to this asteroid.
All right, Chessex. That he would know. He'd figure it out. Yeah, we'll call Chessex and
it's-
tell him that.
We're going back to the quest giver. We're gonna,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to hand in our quest.
Put him on the horn.
So you contact Chessex. There is a slight delay because of drift travel. So it's sort of like The Martian. You got to wait a couple of minutes to go back and forth between messages. So what do you say to him as you contact him?
I'm guessing it's that we can't just say we tell him everything.
You can do that. You can
Yeah,
just
let's just do that. Tell him everything.
I absolutely trust him.
But we should tell him in code using hexadecimal as little,
I speak
like the
Hexada.
Martian, like you said.
Hexadecimal is not an inherently evil language. I'm not so sure if Hirogi speaks it.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, he's actually the original language was an abyssal, and then you convert it into hexadecimal.
Yeah, you'll need an engineer to do that.
I'm right here.
So it's hexabyssal. Got it.
Hexabyssal. I like
I'll
that.
pick up a copy of Abyssal for Dummies.
Even better. You send him a complete report. It actually takes a bit of time for you to get the answer back. And he says, "Oh, greetings, my friends. It is a grave matter indeed that the corpse fleet seeds and so intent on keeping you from the cult of devourers trail."
Wait, a grave matter for the corpse fleet?
Exactly. Although that's you say that yourself because it's,
6 minutes later, you hear back. Exactly.
Exactly. Right. He says, "Let's discuss this in person. Let me see what I can learn from the Eoxian delegation. Come back to Absalon Station and we'll do a full debrief. And also, while we're here, we can quickly upgrade your ship. We have our bay already, and we can quickly upgrade you to a Tier 6 starship."
Woohoo!
That sounds
Nice.
good. That doesn't sound like it sucks.
I can
Alright.
pilot. I can pilot that. I'm a crackerjack pilot.
Well, you guys are forgetting. I already upgraded our ship. You remember, right?
Nope.
Not really, no.
Just the last play session.
We're putting the head of the creature on it.
Yeah. That's a
that is
decoration.
the point. I had forgotten that. That's right.
It goes with my armor.
Can we paint blood on the sides and go full on Reaver now?
Sure. So something is going to happen between now and then, but before we do that, I'm actually going to go a little out of order because I don't want to start that yet because that might take a while. So let's do this in the backwards order since we do have half an hour and we might as well get started. Let us start building your new starship. I sent you a link in Discord if you want to click on that link.
Build and level up starships for your Starfinder RPG game by Paizo Incorporated. Create ships from scratch to customize sample ships from the core rulebook. It's quick and easy. I like that.
So tier 6, this is how it basically works. It's very much like Master of Orion or any of those games we've played. You have 155 starship build points. There's basically two things you have to keep in mind. The starship build points, all the equipment costs certain amounts of build points, as well as the power core. So weapons and other equipment use power. So you have to balance between the two to figure out what you want. Like, yes, you can get some awesome weapons, but they might use so much power that you can't actually use them, and then you don't have enough build points. In addition, you can change the chassis of your ship. Right now is an Explorer type. It's the frame. There's a couple of others, but lots of them have minimum crew requirements. And once you start getting really past Explorer, although like things like, dreadnoughts and battleships would be awesome. A dreadnought needs a minimum crew of 125, and also it costs 200 build points, so you couldn't do that. So you need to keep in mind that you probably can't use anything more than like an Explorer. Maybe a Destroyer actually has a minimum crew of 6, so you can't even use a Destroyer. You can use.
Can we hire a crew though, man?
Well, if we each build like 37 new characters, we'll be pretty much set.
Yeah, you're right. So it's probably going to be an Explorer, but because it's tier 6, you actually get extra hit points and stuff. So if you want to go through this and just figure out what you want, I can go through all of these. I also sent you another link that lists all the equipment. But basically, the first thing you do is you put in the tier using this online tool we're using. So it gives you 155 build points. Then you choose your frame. Then you usually choose your power core. The power core will determine how much power you have for your shields, as well as how much power you have for weapons and anything else that uses power. You then choose your thrusters. The thrusters will determine your speed and how much power you have. So, like,
where's this tool that you said?
The JamesTurnerOnline.net.
That one now. Okay, there's 3 links.
In addition, you can choose armor. Armor just gives you bonuses to your AC. Computers is the one that gives you the pluses to your rolls, and you can get more pluses or higher pluses. Crew quarters, which are common, good, and luxurious. Defensive countermeasures, which helps with your target lock for missiles. Drift engine, which you don't really have to worry about. You either have one or you don't, but you can also, it's like how fast you go in the drift. Expansion bays are fascinating because there's things like medical bays, science labs that will give you bonuses. Lifeboats, escape pods, things like that you might want to have. There's also like smuggler compartments, but recreation suite. Now you have some of these already on your current ship, but some of these are quite nice. Like for instance, the science lab and the medical bay is probably pretty good to have. There's also security, that's hacking. There's anti-personnel weapons. That one you probably don't have to worry about too much because that's sort of like if you're on that's really not going to come up. I'm going to tell you right now, so don't worry about that. Self-destruct. Sensors is important because sensors is how far you can actually sense other ships. It's actually not that far. Shield. Weapon mounts, which of course is one of the more important things. The weapon mounts will use up your power core units and your build points. and that's about it. There's some other things here and there, but that's the basics. And you go through it and you build it in a sort of balance act between, utility and function versus power and, just defense and offense. And you can put things in and make it more like a science ship, but that uses power to make it have better sensors and scanners and equipment, but then you lose some, you're going to probably lose some weapons. So you can make it really strong, but then you're going to lose some of the sensors. So you have to figure out how you want to build your ship.
Well, what do you guys think the general philosophy should be?
Well, one thing I noticed is many of our weapons on this ship are crap. Like all the lasers, anything that's not a turret, we should probably replace with something better. Because the turret was really good. The other ones were really, really bad. Those forward-firing lasers.
Yeah, the forward-firing, those have got to go.
The 1D8 gyro laser, other than...
Yeah, so I would be in favor of that. Now, we have only a crew of 4. So I don't recommend getting more than 1 or 2. Two is maximum for guns. And I think instead of maneuverability, we just have guns that shoot from every angle.
Yeah, like 2 good turret guns.
Yeah, that can just cover the rear,
and missiles. I think missiles too.
Now, keep in mind, the thing with turrets is you don't want to go all turrets, because whenever you get hit by a crit, turret is every facing. So if you get any weapon critted, it hits your turret always. If it hits your rear and you don't have rear weapons, your turret gets hit. So you're always going to get hit when your weapons, like turrets, the good thing is they work any direction. The bad news is they always take damage. Always.
So we should have a weapon there, even if it's just to eat the occasional crit.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Well, it's more like the backup weapon, because if the turret goes... So imagine you have weapon in the forward and none in the aft. If you get hit in the aft twice, there goes your turret, but at least your other weapons are totally untouched.
I mean, honestly, we should put all our weapons in aft, because we're always being followed from these goddamn guys. We can never outmaneuver these guys. Almost like a trap.
That's not true. I'm a rate pilot. I can.
Jeez.
I think.
This
actually looks very complicated.
Aren't missiles really expensive though?
Missiles are very good, and they're very powerful. There's a couple problems with them. One, there's anti-missile batteries, which will just destroy them, just like in real life. The other thing is, but they do lock on. So what happens is you shoot them, and then they have their own movement, and they actually have to move towards the target. But if they miss, they miss. So they actually have to. You use them, and then they can miss. And if there's anti-missile technology, they're just destroyed. So it's it's one of the good things is they're very powerful. The bad thing is you can't have a lot of them, and they can be destroyed with anti-missile deterrents.
I'm feeling like more shields would certainly be a good thing. Can't go wrong with shields.
Yeah, that's probably...
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I want shields, hull, weapons, missiles, luxury quarters, defensive.
On the computer, when they talk about the number of nodes, what does that imply? That multiple people could use the computer at the same time, or is that something else?
Yeah, so the nodes are... Hold on a sec, I'll show you.
Because the tier says what plus you get, but the nodes I was finding a little bit confusing.
Yeah, basically all it is, mononode is a +1, duo node is 2 +1s, tri-node is 3 +1s, teranode is 4 +1s. So it's just 4 of them multiplied by the number of nodes. So all it is so if you get a Mark II tri-node, you get 3 +2s. Things like that, and it uses the nodes.
Okay, right. How many times you can use it per round?
Right.
Yeah. So the nodes is how many times you get to use it per round, and the tier.
The mark.
What? Okay, got it.
Mark is so like a Mark III tri-node is 3 +3s. A Mark VI duo node would be 2 +6s.
Well, it would make no sense to go above a quad node then, because there's only 4 of us anyway, so we can't do.
There's nothing
more.
above quad. Doesn't go.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
such thing. It only goes to Terra node, and that's it. And actually, at the higher ones, it doesn't even go that high. Like, it becomes less and less. They get very expensive, and they use energy. Like, the computers use both build and energy. And things are interesting. So, for example, like a Mark III mononode, which is a +3, is cheaper than a Mark II trinode. So 1 + 3 is less expensive than 3 + 2s. So it's not like a 1-to-1. In fact, the Mark IV mononode, which is 1 + 4, is not even that expensive. So you can either give lots of people low pluses or just 1 or 2 people really high pluses.
How many build points do we have?
155.
155, and I think our original ship was like 90 when it came out of the box. So I think we have about 60 points of kind of upgraded room.
Jason, would you agree with that for the bonuses? Giving a couple
By
people...
the way, you can completely redo the ship. You can, for all intents and purposes, you don't have to worry about it's not. I mean, this is a little.
I more meant that as
metagame.
in a comparative set.
Oh, okay, yeah, like a metagame. It's not like a character where you're just upgrading it. I'm giving you the opportunity to kind of go crazy and let you rebuild your ship. And you're probably not going to go past Explorer class anyhow, because I looked at the other ones aren't that great, and you don't even have enough crew for it. So Explorer is probably what you would stick with, and it's also the best bang for buck. Like it's
so the total number of points we have is how many?
We have 155 build points to work with.
Okay.
Just as a comparison, the original Sunrise Maiden was about 90.
It was 95, yeah.
Because, like, you know, some of these things I feel are not so good. Like the there's like a holodeck. Like that's kind of useless. Like, right?
Well, then how would you kill imaginary Ferengi?
Yeah, no, we like make that into like a med bay or something. Like there's like.
Yeah, holodeck's gone. No, it's too Star Trek. Get rid of it.
Like whatever that is, an entertainment deck, and like all of these pods here. What's that? I'm just looking at our ship currently. There's pods here. Are those escape pods, or are they?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
those,
probably
those
want
I kind of
escape
want
pods.
those.
We probably want
Yeah,
escape pods.
yeah, that's gonna be the end of one of our adventures, I'm sure.
I mean, these big cargo bays are good, but maybe we could put something better in those rooms.
Well, I was thinking
is
we
that
could-
how it works.
We can wildly expand the captain's cabin to make it a little more luxurious.
There is an option for that, actually.
Yeah, that's what I want to. I think we should actually consider that. If
I
nothing
actually
else,
am
when
in
we're
favor
meeting-
of luxurious cabins all around.
Well, no. Hear me out. It's mostly just the captain's cabin, because if you're
Yeah.
meeting foreign dignitaries, you want to have an impressive room to have them come to. So just building up the captain's cabin is for the good of all of us. And of course,
That's more
I
of
live
an
there
honorary
because
title.
because I'm the captain.
Yeah.
Really more of an official title, but sure, I see what you're saying.
You know what? I vote for the captain's cabin too. That's a convincing argument.
Well, you know the way it works is all of them. It's either all luxurious or non-luxurious.
Oh.
It's very cheap
All
to
right,
have that, but
fine,
it's
all
not.
luxurious
It's so
is
not
fine.
necessary.
It's
All
better than
luxurious
the
it is,
holodeck.
then.
Holodeck is kind of stupid. Although
This is gonna take a very long time to do.
Well,
It's gonna
Let's-
take a while, but I wanted to get the ball started.
yeah.
and
Let's
people just
start
talking.
spending points. Okay, so all right. We've upgraded the captains, or all the cabins.
Right.
Shields we've upgraded, right?
So what?
To
Shields.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
thing you should go in the steps they go. So you should go in the steps they provide here. So tier 6, frame will just say explore for now. Power core, up to you.
I was playing around a little bit with the power core, and I felt like we probably ought to need to be at least at 200 to afford whatever upgrades we're going to go with.
So the pulse
Pulse,
blue.
sure.
Blue. I was just
Why
kinda-
not?
No, I didn't get a chance to muck around with this, but I was mucking around with it a little bit, and it felt like as I started adding things, we were pushing up towards 200 fairly quickly.
What kind
Oh,
of
let's-
on our
thrusters?
power budget.
Let's do that. And if we have too much power, then
We
yeah.
can always back it back down.
What about thrusters? What do we have currently?
You have an M10, which moves you 10.
I vote we do
segments.
not actually
No,
upgrade.
yeah, just keep them at M10.
Yeah, keep them as.
We currently have for
We will
armor.
never outrun any ship ever. That's a total metagame decision, but
What do we have for armor now?
You had a Mark
III.
III, originally Mark III.
I'll get Mark 5 for now, just for shits and giggles. What kind of computer did we have?
You had a Mark 1 Duo node.
What kind of computer would we
2
like?
plus 1s is what you had.
I bumped it. I just screwing around. I bumped it up to a Mark III tri-node, but I'm not sure we need a tri-node. Maybe like a.
What does that mean, tri-node?
It means you can give a +3 to 3 different people. The nodes is how many people you can give the bonus to.
yeah, I would say duo node. Tri-node's a little over the top.
Okay, how about a Mark IV duo node, which is 2 plus 4s?
Yeah.
That's 25 power. That's like a 25 power.
More
budget.
expensive.
Yeah.
That's more expensive.
It uses 32 build points, by the way.
All right, well let's try it. If we want to bump it down to a Mark III duo node, that's 20. That's 20 energy and 18 build points.
Okay, I put that. Crew quarters, what were they?
They were good.
So we keep them at good because it's a waste of money. It's a waste.
Luxurious. It's cheap. It's 5. Dude.
Okay.
And in fact, even
Luxurious.
good costs 2. So I mean, it's only an upgrade of 3.
Yeah,
It's 3
yeah.
build points to make
Nice.
to give everyone nice quarters.
We'll make Hirogi happy. We'll go to luxurious.
Defensive countermeasures. Do we have any?
Nah, I don't think we need any of these. Maybe
we
does
have-
this include the anti-missile system?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Technically, we have
want
Mark
this.
III.
So let's keep that in there for now. Drift engine. What do we have?
We have the Signal Basic, which is like the entry level drift engine. I'm not sure what advantage the different drift engines give you.
Yeah, I'm not an engine person.
Speed and time.
No. I'm happy with basic, but that's my vote.
All right. Well, we'll see what we so far. Okay. So
Let's
expansion
stick
bays.
with let's stick.
What do we have for expansion bays right now?
You currently have 2 cargo holds, 1 escape pod, and 1 recreational suite.
All right. So I'm going to put that in for now, and let's see what that does. We have 1 escape pods, and 1 recreational.
HAC. Yeah.
Okay, that can be the first to go. I think, right?
Yeah,
And it's
the
totally, like,
recreational we don't need.
This is a Klingon vessel. So we just,
Escape. Yeah, the escape pods. I worry that we might want to.
What's the advantage of medical bay? I feel like we need a medical bay.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, no. We got the med kit. We have that super advanced med kit.
A medical bay functions as a medical lab.
I still like our med kit. That covers so many of our bases.
There's something called launch tubes. I wonder what those.
Torpedoes.
A medical lab is worth 7,000 credits, by the way. Medical lab contains beds, diagnostic equipment, sensors, and tools, and even a small surgical theater. Medical lab is not generally portable unless it's inside a starship. It allows you to treat up to 3 patients at once, and you can use treat deadly wounds task of the medicine skill twice per day on each patient. Otherwise, it functions as an advanced medical kit.
Yeah, we have that. What tier is this ship again?
Tier 6. The other thing is the science lab, which contains scientific apparatus and other laboratory equipment and aid in the research of certain topics. General science lab gives you a +1 bonus to life science and physical science checks. A life science lab gives you a +2 bonus. A physical science lab gives you, it's basically it just gives you bonuses for science.
I'm not against a brig.
There's also a tech workshop, which allows you to craft.
Yeah, brig sounds fun.
I mean, if any of the crew break the rules.
I mean, I think we need 1 cargo hold, probably, right?
Yeah, probably. But
right now-
we got a brig.
Right now, we got a brig, escape pod, cargo hold. What else?
Well, we can have none as well.
What are launch tubes?
The brig can hold up to 8 creatures.
What are launch tubes?
Hold on.
I like the brig. I like smuggler compartment DC-50.
I like smuggler compartment a lot, actually.
So we have cargo hold, escape pod, brig, and something, right?
Right.
Launch tubes are designed to fit on medium and large vessels. These tubes allow a ship to carry a single smaller vessel that can be launched at the start of the helm phase.
Oh, we
The
don't need that.
Vipers. Launch the Vipers. Set condition 1.
You can launch one tiny starship. So you can literally...
Really?
Yeah, you can actually launch...
This could be a mothership.
Yeah, that's right. You can actually, like... There's like, remember that ship that fought you? Like that little one, that very first combat, Clara's ship? That would be inside a launch.
Like, who's going to... Like,
Yeah,
we don't have
that's-
enough people.
that's
We're
how
already
much
short.
Yeah,
You
we
don't have enough
need that.
build points. That's another ship.
It
that
does.
we have
Yeah,
to
it
buy.
sounds cool, but it's not really applicable to what we're doing.
It's a hive bay.
Do we have none as an option? That saves us some.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do. I mean, do you guys
You have
mind
a
that?
brig, cargo hold, and escape pods right now.
I feel like we should have something because there's a lot of things here.
Well,
I mean,
we got a whole list.
What's a power cord housing?
That's like it's something about a spare power core. If I s-
An
No,
expansion
I
bay
don't know
can
how you
set
deploy
aside
it,
for an
but-
additional power core, which has to be purchased separately, and the associated wiring and safety apparatus. The power core is if your ship gets... Remember what happened to the pirate ship that you saved? That's who needed a spare power core so that she doesn't get stranded in space. Basically, if you lose a battle, it will significantly reduce the time and make it so that you can actually get home without having to limp home. Because if you lose in battle and can't repair your ship, then it could take you weeks or months to get back.
That could be a good thing, but I'm guessing power cord costs money.
Core, but yes, it does cost money.
Well, I'm going to put none for now. We can go back to that. Security, we use none. Anti-personnel weapon, whatever. What's that? None, right?
None, you don't need it. It's just a gun. It's like a gun that shoots people.
Is that for like on planet or something?
Yeah, it's on a planet.
Oh no.
Self-destruct system.
That's free. No, it's
No.
actually no, it's not. Let's. Oh, it costs 15 build points.
Yeah, each cargo hold can hold 25 tons of stuff. So I mean,
So right, so we don't
we don't really
necessarily
need two of those. I don't think.
Self-destruct
Sensors,
system. I like that. All right, what sensors do we currently have? Cut rate.
Basic medium range.
Nah, we want. I would say.
Ooh, these sealed environment chambers kind of neat. It's like a quarantine zone where you can set up an environment for like a special visitor or holding an alien. That's kind of.
He's the captain's quarters for that.
It's not. It's a kind of an edge case in terms of usefulness, but
I think.
Do we need better
Jason, you know sensors better than anyone else. I think
Basic
we
long
need
range?
good sensors.
Basic long range is not that expensive.
hold on just a second. I'm reading up on the sensors a little bit. Okay, so budget, basic, and advanced is like +0, +2, +4 modifier, and so it wouldn't hurt to have good sensors.
Right now we have basic medium range, right?
Do we?
I believe so.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's pretty high on the list. Let's
Long range?
let's go basic long range. Let's see what it's 10,
It's not bad.
but that's a pretty core system.
Shields.
Shields.
What kind of shields
this is
did
what
we have?
want.
You have light.
I think we had 60.
Yeah, light 60.
I
we want-
was screwing around and bumped it up to 90, but
I'm
Sounds
looking
good.
more in the range of medium 160.
I think. Well, we have aft.
so
I
more shields is great, and you get faster regen when you go up.
I'm thinking more like medium 200.
well, hold on. We
What's
can
actually
be
medium
more,
and heavy?
Let's be more efficient with that because we've got. Look at the shields by position. Are those all? Oh, is that this?
It
split
just divides
ways?
it by 4, yeah, the number. So for now, I'm going to put
we can-
medium 160 just because shields are good. I like shields.
However, we can actually modify.
Yeah, we can mess with them in a fight.
The medium versus the light and basic is
Well,
the
now here
regen.
comes
The regen is better.
weapons. The weapons.
Oh
are
shoot,
the
we got to save money for weapons. I forgot.
tactical nuclear missile launcher.
All right, well,
Right now, I might have missed something, but right now I'm at 148 build points.
I'm at 123.
Oh wait,
I'm
I
at-
must.
I'm at 111.
Well, no, because you probably have. I have the Sunrise Maiden pre-built in there, so it already put its weapons in and stuff.
And in fairness, I started screwing around before we did this, so I might have some changes in there that you guys didn't like. That I did it differently than you guys.
How about what's a data net? What is that? Sure, we have data net. I'm adding that cost. It cost hive joining. I don't know what that is. Sounds weird.
Yeah, that's not our way.
Man, weapons. Are
Oh my god, weapons are a huge decision.
Yeah, I think we should maybe save that for next time because we're gonna have to actually scale back a lot of stuff to even get weapons because like the shields.
Yeah, I think the first pass is like Christmas list, and then we start getting realistic about what we can
We're
afford.
halfway through these systems.
Well, mainly it's weapons and hull. I think we didn't do hull somewhere.
What's hull give us? I'd rather put stuff into shields than hull.
You need both though.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so much.
I don't even see hull on the list. I thought that was a thing.
Holes all the way at the top.
I'm doing a search for hull. It doesn't
It's
show
frame.
anything.
It's called frame.
I think that if you get different hull by changing the frame from Explorer to something else.
Oh, that's kind of at the top. Frames at the beginning.
I thought you could add armor though. Armor, there is armor, right? Mark 5 armor is what we had.
Well, the frame gives you basics, and then the that gives you hit points, and then the armor will determine your armor to get hit, your AC,
Right.
and then there's the other one for your target lock, which is for missiles. So you can have really good armor and really bad, TL.
Shields, yeah.
So it's not even shields; it's just for the missiles.
Do you guys object to our port and starboard diverting 10 each to the aft for our shields?
I say go for it.
I don't think you can. I think every fight it starts out even. I don't think you can custom do the shields like that, or can you? I don't know.
You can custom, but you
No,
can do
you
shields
can.
whatever you want. Why don't you
Yes.
figure out what weapons you want? Because you guys are going to go way over your build points and your power points.
All right, so let's go with. We only want 2 weapons. Let's do for a turret. Let's not get crazy. Let's go to laser net.
On the other hand, the turret is the one thing that
Well,
fires
we're
all
always
4
firing,
quadrants.
yeah.
And we were at the light particle beam before.
All right, let's stay at light particle beam. I mean, just for the sake that we're out of points.
Light particle beam.
Yeah, you have 133 points.
I seem to recall we used to have the gyro laser up front, which was 1d8. Might want to beef that up a little bit.
Well, yeah, 2d6 laser net. That build points. Boy, that's triple. Okay, yeah, let's go laser net. Starboard arc.
How do we
port
feel
arc.
about the mining laser instead of the gyro laser? It's only 3 more build points. It's only 2 more build points, but it goes from 1d8 to 2d6.
I like that.
Oh, yeah,
That might
yeah,
be
yeah.
useful.
Boy, I wonder
You
why.
also might
Yeah,
want
it's
to look
better.
them up.
What's
like
the
a laser
laser?
net might do things. Like it
Oh.
might not be a straight weapon, by the way.
Yeah, right, yeah.
All right. So, how would we look it up?
In the rulebook. It's like
Core?
Starship.
Core rulebook?
section. Yeah, the Starship section, I think, has some descriptions of the weapons. There are some things about what range they have.
It's short range. Laser net is short range. 2d6. PCO, it's fine. Okay.
If it doesn't have anything special, then it's just a regular weapon. It just might have a weird.
And what was the other one that you guys were looking at? Gyro laser?
I think the gyro laser is what we have now.
No. You said something else. 2d6. What was 2d? What else was 2d6? It was cheaper.
The laser net is 2d6. What is the one you wanted? The mining laser. That's what you wanted. Mining laser.
I don't see it. No, it's not here.
Oh, it has a special ability called burrowing.
Yeah, the mining laser was the thing I was looking at for the
Oh,
front.
laser net does have a thing called point. The laser net is actually a point, and I think that's used for defensive missiles. Yeah, anything with burrowing can slice. This is a special weapon that is a highly focused beam of energy that can slice through shields with ease, and always short range. You can't fire targets out of short range at all. But when a burrowing
that's-
weapon hits
Yeah.
its shield, you apply half its damage to the shield, and the other half goes to the hit points. So it's good, but it's only short range. So it's only 5 squares, and that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah, I think we should just do laser nets.
And point, well, laser nets also can't be fired against targets outside the first range increment. So there.
Where does it say that?
Well, it's its special ability. It's called point. So if you look under the
Oh.
table of the weapons, you have to look under special ability, and then it has point 10. A weapons with this. So it's basically the name of the weapon and then the special abilities. Some of them are limited fire, some of them are line, some are ripper, some are tractor beams. This one's a point weapon. And the weapon, this is how this works, is you can use it to also shoot down incoming missiles. So you can use it as a weapon, but only within 5. And then you can shoot incoming missiles as well with it. So again, anything with a weird name is going to probably have one of these properties.
I think we should just go run of the mill.
Yeah. I'm looking at other stuff. Oh, railgun. Oh,
Right here, like a coil gun.
Oh,
That's normal.
dude,
Gyro
railguns.
laser, that's
Awesome.
normal. Light laser cannon, light particle beam, light plasma. Those are all normal.
Let's get a couple of railguns. They're 15 instead of 9 build points, but they're freaking beyond awesome. 8d4
8d4.
damage. That's better than our freaking turret.
Yeah, I like railgun.
Yeah. That's we're going with that.
All right.
Oh, but that's not a turret option.
No, we have to put it as a railgun on all sides of the ship.
Yeah, that's way more than what we have. In fact, it doesn't show up in the options. I don't see railgun here.
Because it's a heavy weapon. You can only use light weapons.
Oh, then we won't put that there. That makes sense.
There's all these different weapons. Like there's capital ship weapons, like the mass driver that does 2d6 times 10, and the particle beam cannon, super laser, super master, the vortex cannon. It's basically the wave motion cannon from Star Blazers. And that goes on that goes on capital ships.
Okay, so we're not going to get anything good from these light weapons.
How do I install my oscillating overthruster?
Oh, heavy weapons are based on the size of the starship. So
Yeah, so we're not going to.
we
We're
have to be a
stuck to
medium.
light.
We'd have to be a medium-sized starship.
Like if
to
you
be able to
look
put
at
those
this
on.
page, weapon mount light. That's what we can do. So I think maybe a flak thrower on each side, and then
Flak throwers are just short range and just shoot down missiles.
they're all short range, though. I mean,
But they can't shoot past short range.
You should get a flak thrower.
Your old ship had a flak thrower in the aft.
Yeah,
Like
we want
one flak thrower is good because it shoots down missiles, but it can't be really used.
okay, let's go.
Yeah, shoots down missiles.
I think we want to kind of go with like minimal weapons on the sides because we almost never fire our side weapons, but we want to have something there just in case. And
Yeah, I
then
agree.
Keep the flak thrower in the back, and then if we're looking at upgrade either the forward weapon or the turret, because those seem to be the ones we use most.
Okay, so the coil gun, a gyro laser, freaking.
The front gyro laser is kind of
Great.
wussy. That seems like a prime
Well-
candidate to upgrade.
Well, dude, yeah, we're trying to save, not like for. I'm talking about the side ones, like the starboard
Side one, yeah. I mean, go with the
gyro laser on each side. 3 build points, nothing.
Okay. Gyro laser on the starboard and port. You can have more guns than just one, by the way, per
Yeah.
side. On the
Oh,
front, what are you going
really?
to use for your front? Oh, yeah, you
The
can keep
forward
adding.
arc.
Yeah,
Okay,
can
forward
as
arc
many as
is
you want.
light as.
What do you-
Um,
light laser cannon, light particle beam. Light particle beam's 3d6.
yeah. Let's go with that light particle beam. Build
And then
points
your
10.
turret, you can also make that a light particle beam. You're at 149 out of 155. You're still doing okay. You're not bad, not bad.
Okay, yeah, light.
Do we have our
particle
flak
beam
thrower for
turret.
the aft?
We have a gyro.
Yeah? Oh, wait, hold on.
Yes, we do. I have.
Ooh, I got us at 157 at this
Yeah, flak thrower gets you to 157. So you're a little bit over. So, well, if you use that, so you have a light particle beam on the front, gyro lasers on the side, flak thrower on the back, and then
We need some other kind of weapon on the back, though.
And then you
Could
have
we
light.
take our
light
shields down just a little bit?
We'll take something else down. We got a lot of stuff like thrusters. We really don't need that much.
Well, you do because that's your speed. So if you bring it down to
Eh.
an M8, then you only go 8.
Yeah,
you want more than that? Yeah, you want.
I
you
feel
want-
like maybe we overdid our shields a little bit.
okay. No
You're
arguing.
actually you can
Even
bring
if
down
we
your
just-
power core a little. I think.
I was gonna
It's
say, even if we
100
just step down to 140 shields, we get that brings us to 155 exactly.
Or if you bring down your power core to 175 pulse red, that gets you to 154, and you can keep your shields as is.
Yeah, let's do
There you go.
that. I like my shields as is. So we have some more points we can vet. Maybe we can upgrade our.
You have 1 point. You have one build point.
All right. Well, let's see.
Captain's Lounge.
No, we can upgrade my room.
You see, the captain's room is where we're going to actually meet with heads of state, and it should be luxurious.
That's what I gave you guys right now. I just posted
All right.
it. It's pretty
Let's
decent.
go.
I mean,
Let's go
it's
with
not
that.
bad. Well, once you guys all look at it, we only got about 10 minutes left anyhow. If you guys are good with this, we'll go with this, and then yeah.
I've been paying attention, so I approve. You've got the Vesk thumb up.
Power core systems. Why is one of my numbers in red? I've got a power core. I got like the.
I'm 90, 167, 175.
Oh, sorry. I went to the one. I picked the wrong power core. Disregard. I went to one that was even lower at like 150 or something.
John's comment that he was paying attention, so didn't need to look and approve. I'm on the other end of that. I've been paying no attention, therefore I approve.
That's rebellious.
No, it's because actually it's you guys were actually doing a fine job like
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago when we first started this.
Yeah,
and
we
I
were
just
almost
sort of-
there.
And I just kind of
We were
realized you guys
basically
were on
there
top
already.
of it. So
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, so at that point, it wasn't laziness necessarily. It was more,
Yeah.
why would I interfere?
So using your essential systems only, you need 167. If you have your total PCU cost is 190, I don't know if that really matters because I don't know if you're ever going to be using everything at once. I think you should be okay. But this way, it doesn't show any red, you know, in anything. So
If we wanted to use that one last point, we could use it on on some sort of lab potentially, like a science lab or an arcane lab.
So that only costs. How about a medical lab?
Well,
The
Steve,
medical lab is the one thing that costs a little bit more.
how far down can we take our computer? Do you think?
8088.
But right now it gives us what, 3 or 2 plus 3s?
2 plus 3s.
I don't think we need more than that. I mean, that's great, but
Yeah, you'll have an escape pod, you'll have a brig, and then you can do a science lab, either general, life, or physical.
yeah, I kind of like the science lab idea.
Well, which one? There's a general, life,
Or
or
there's the
physical.
arcane lab, which I think is like helps us with like magic items and stuff.
That's more like crafting. I think general. How about just general?
Yeah, I kind of like a more a research, like to find things out. Or medical. Well, no, we don't. We need medical. We have.
Let me see what the benefits are too, before we.
The science lab gives you you can either get a +1 on life science or physical science. If you're doing a giant general lab gives you a +1 on life science and physical science. A science lab gives you a +2 on life science. A physical science lab gives you a +2 on physical science. So you can either get a +2, or 2 +1s, depending on the lab.
Meanwhile, a tech workshop or an arcane lab let us make either technology items or magic items, respectively.
With the crafting skills.
We'd still need the tools and stuff, but yeah.
And feats, I'm sure.
No feats, sort of.
You can craft.
Mostly
You can craft
engineering.
weapons.
You can
Really?
craft anything you want. Yeah. It doesn't cost any less, but it's good if you decide. It basically, the only difference is that when you craft it yourself, there's a slight increase in power and hardness of the weapon, I believe. But the good thing is, like, if you're in the middle of nowhere and you suddenly have 20,000 credits, you can just make a weapon. You don't actually have to like go anywhere. You can just make it, or armor.
I mean, I'm willing to go with the general science lab if that's what we want to do. I mean,
I like the sound of that because we both have lots of those skills. So, but we don't know what we're going to need it. We don't know if we'll need physical or life science.
Yeah.
Of which I have both, and they're not great.
If you guys are okay with that, Tuttle will
good.
just move his stuff in there and live in there.
Yeah, definitely. No, I love that idea.
All right, here's your final ship, perhaps. Explorer, speed 10, maneuverability good, drift 1, AC 15, TL 12, 65 hit points, 160 shields. You have a light particle beam on the forward, the flak thrower in the aft, gyro lasers on the port and starboard, and a light particle beam cannon with a red pulse engine, drift basic long range sensors, crew quarters, luxurious, Mark III defenses, Mark V armor, Mark III duo-node computer, a brig, a cargo hold, escape pods, and a science lab general. That is everything. Get a +3 to any 2 checks, +2 to your computers, +1 to your piloting. Can hold up to 5 people, which you are 5.
And John, one of the main reasons for the turret and front guns being the big ones is, of course, now that we understand the actual to hit bonuses, I've maxed out ranks and piling, so now I have a +10 to hit.
Oh,
So
nice.
so we can now have more than one gunner.
Nice. Welcome to the fight, Rusty.
Exactly.
I want to be able to shout, when you hit something, I want to be able to shout, "Good hit!"
Well, good hit.
Oh, that's right.
sir.
We're right next.
I
to
expect
each
good
other.
hits, sir.
Oh.
Thank you. Well, all right, that's fine. I mean,
I thought it's a great shot, kid. Don't get cocky.
that's what
Exactly.
you tell the little boy.
What is that from?
Oh, please.
Star
it's an old movie.
Wars.
What is that?
Yeah, it's
Have
this
you ever
really
never
old
heard of that
from
movie?
the
I've never heard of that
70s.
movie. What's that from?
It's this
That's
obscure 70s
Yeah.
science fiction movie.
Yeah, I don't get it, your obscure references.
In about 20 years, it's going to be completely obscure because there's not going to make any more.
Of course, they're going to make
Come
more.
on.
There's a great old comment actually. It was at a comic convention in the early '90s after Crisis on Infinite Earths or something came out, and somebody asked at a panel how many times are you going to do these dumb little big crossover events? He said, "Here, let me answer that question very clearly. Every year it works, and then twice more just to make sure.
Yeah, but Star Wars is starting to fail, though.
It's making money."
That's okay, because you know what? I just heard they're going to make the
Printing
sequel to Johnny Mnemonic. Oh!
Oh my God! Another Johnny Mnemonic.
sequel?
Quit pushing
Yeah.
your Johnny mnemonic agenda, Steve. It's not happening.
Yeah, stop trying to make fetch happen. All right.
Hey everyone, Steve here. So one little secret, that was actually 2 episodes combined. We started some of the starship building in one episode and then finished it in another, and I decided just to combine it all together so you can get an idea. So if it sounds a little weird at the end that they didn't know what they were just talking about 5 minutes before, that's the reason why, because this was actually several weeks later. So I just combined it all to give you an idea what it's like to build a starship. Anyhow, hopefully you guys found that interesting, you understood everything, you can see kind of how we built out the ship, and it was an experience for all of us because we learned a lot about how ships work. So one thing I wanted to mention is that in the adventure paths, they never explained how starships work. There's no you don't really spend money for them. You just sort of get a tier and then you build one. In the new adventure path, they actually tell you when you should go from a tier 1 to a tier 2 to a tier 3. But in this one, in Dead Suns, they don't say anything. You just got to figure it out on your own. So I figured, these guys were going to start getting outclassed and outgunned really quickly. So I just made it that voila, they're just going to start getting the ship upgrades automatically, because otherwise, well, they never tell you how to do it, and it really took them a year to sort of get an idea of how to do that. And again, that tool I mentioned, jamesturneronline.net, it's a website, it's free, and it's really well done. If you know of others, let me know. I look for a few. There's a whole bunch of spreadsheets out there and Excel and that are more up to date, but I like this one because it was simple, easy, really clean, and, well, free. So as for my GMPC tip, I kind of want to talk about and sort of review what we've done so far, because this is kind of a weird adventure. They were all ready to go into this base and, see these cultists and attack them, and they were doing things like disguising and getting ready to go in, and then they get there and there's nothing there. there's nothing to do. There's like, obviously whatever happened is gone. Now, I actually don't really love this adventuring, and before I ran it, I was talking to some other GMs, and a lot of people really didn't like the way this was written because they felt that it was kind of silly. And at first I thought, nah, they don't know what they're talking about, but in retrospect and after running it, I kind of sort of agree with them. It's not a knock on the adventure in any way, shape, or form. It's just sort of like, as an adventurer, you expect to, adventure, and then you show up and you're ready to like go through and have this big adventure, and whatever happened, the party is already gone. Everyone came and went, and it becomes like a murder mystery. So the issue I kind of had with this and the way it was written is that there were some really cool traps, but they were easily or semi-easy to disarm, and then the monster encounters weren't really that deadly. So it's sort of, if I was running this for any other time, and I said this last week, I probably would have ran this in like an hour or two at most. I would have kind of just hand-waved it and had them come in and like just look through everything. And, in retrospect, if you're going to be doing this yourself, or if you haven't run this yet, I would almost take out the encounters and the combat just to speed it along, and I would add more traps. Now, there's an actual reason why the traps didn't go off, or why the corpse fleet was able to go through this. A bit of a spoiler. The traps were sort of set to work with living creatures, and the corpse fleet, they're undead, and a lot of these traps didn't quite work on them. So that's kind of cool, and was actually written in there really well. I would have amped that up. And this is one example of like, okay, if you're going to run a dungeon with no monsters, you need something else in there. You need some other challenge. And sort of throwing a trap here or some low-level monsters there, it sort of doesn't add up. It doesn't really equal the sum of its parts. And I prefer to kind of go all in, either like have some mutated monster or have something that was, sleeping in the walls, and all of a sudden they blew a hole in the wall and this thing is crawling out and is now attacking the PCs that was always there all along, or make the traps really, really deadly. And you got to be very careful with deadly traps though, because some people feel that they're completely unfair. But basically, instead of having lots of little encounters that don't add up to anything, I prefer to have several big memorable encounters, not a ton, like one or two, or just fill the whole place with traps galore and just make it a nightmare, because that's going to be something memorable. But right now, it was a base they went into. There was nothing there. They sort of found out some information. They got some gear that's all broken. They can repair it. And that's it. That's all they got. So, yeah, again, I'm not knocking the adventure in any way, shape, or form. I'm just telling you, look, if you're going to do an adventure, this is how you should do it. If you're running this is my opinion of how you should change it. As you can see, I changed it a little. I made that fight with the security robots way more interesting. I threw in the Veolisk, so I made it sort of a, more complex encounter, because I felt like at that point they were just sort of spinning their wheels, and I can sense that some people were getting a little annoyed in my guys. I know how these guys play, and they were really, really ready to go into this, and then all of a sudden it was like, wow, there's nothing here, now what? So again, it's just something you learn from experience, but be very careful if you're ever running or, writing a dungeon where nothing is there. You gotta make it interesting, and without conflict, there is no story, especially in Pathfinder or Dungeons and Dragons, because all story is conflict, and the conflict in this was kind of minimal, so it really should have just been like, they come in, they find the information, they get some gear, and they leave. That being said, I will say the adventure on the asteroid was really well done, and that was excellent. And I will also say that the part after this is really fun, and that's the part I've been really looking forward to, and I know other people who have run this adventure are also looking forward to it. And best of all, I have the author of the adventure play some of her NPCs that she really loves, and it is awesome. Look for that in a week or two. As for show notes, do look out for a new podcast every Tuesday. Do subscribe to us on iTunes and Android. Any reviews you got, I'd love to see. Also, do check out our new review of Alien Archive 2. That's right, it's up on the site, written by our very own Jason McDonald. Also, don't forget, there's a new Talking Combat every Thursday by Mr. Jason McDonald. And do join the Discord channel if you just want to chat or talk about Starfinder or Pathfinder or anything really. We have tons of games. We just started our 30th game. I don't even know. We have so many tables I can't even keep track of them anymore. Just go to discord.rollforcombat.com. Also, do follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Check out our Reddit channel. Check out our Patreon. And I have something coming up. I have 2 things coming up. That's right, Signal of Screams is coming out in a few weeks, and I wrote a very cool monster. I'm going to go through the monster when it's reviewed and tell you about how I created it and how it was edited and go through the whole process of what and how I made the monster. And then something else might be coming up. What it could be, I don't know. But something very cool, something Starfinder related will be coming very soon, only at Roll for Combat and nowhere else. So do look for that in the near future. What could it be? Well, you'll just have to keep listening to find out. Anyhow, with that, I will talk to you and see you guys next week.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat, a Starfinder actual play podcast. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com or drop us a line at contact@rollforcombat.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and other social media platforms. You've been listening to Roll for Combat. Until next week, always remember it's all fun and games until the healer runs out of spells.